All right, good morning. Welcome back to Bojanowski Excavation. We are on a pretty fun project this week. It's going to take us quite a little while, but it'll be a fun one. So first up is we're going to be working on a pond extension. So the customer had a pond put in, I think about a year ago or so, and they would like to extend it out to this area over here. So with that being said, they've got a bank over here as well, that which was all the spoils from this pond. We're going to grade that down and give them a walking path on the other side by the fence. And then all of our spoils and that kind of stuff will end up out in the yard over here. We're just going to kind of grade that out, soil condition it, roll it, make it look nice. So that's kind of the game plan, at least for today. It'll be kind of fun. We've got to take some of the old number 2 stone off, and then we're going to go ahead and dig that out, kind of like a kidney bean shape, and then I'll show some before aerial photos. And then we've got some building pads to do. We've got a 10 by 20 greenhouse pad we're going to do, and then we're going to do a 26 by 26 building pad, or I guess carport pad. So we'll be doing that as well, I think over on that side over here. So the greenhouse pad's going to go here. And then we've got one. All right, the other portion of at least this phase of the project, the customer has multiple projects out here, but the other one is behind the barn. The previous owners actually had like a motocross track out here. And there's some old jumps in there, pretty much where there's lots of little trees. That's where the track was at, but there's another pond back here that we'll do some cleanup, I think, at a later date, or at least she wants to. But back here in the back, behind the barn, it's an old bank barn, there's like basically like a, I don't know, hairpin turn or whatever you want to call bank turn, but essentially a bunch of dirt, and they want to use this back here, so I'm going to use the bulldozer and kind of just clean it up. So that'll be the last phase of this project while we're here. So we'll show some aerials before, and we'll do those afterwards. So just finished up some lunch. We haven't got a lot. We got a little bit of a delivery today. Testing the Bobcat E145. So for this job, we're going to be using it to dig out this little pond area, which is we've got the hill graded down from what you saw this morning. We got that all graded down, and we're getting ready to dig out. We're not going to have to dig a ton. It's just this really where this white line's at on the ground, and kind of bowl it out. We're just extending this out for the customer so they have a little bit bigger pond. And then Sean's been working on little pads this morning, digging them out. There's a 10 by 20 over there, and he's working on a 26 by 26 back here for a carport. So all in all, kind of things are moving along. We got a little slow start because of the delivery with the machine this morning, and I needed it to move a few trees, which are right here, which we're going to replant for the customer. But anyway, that's just a little midday update, day one. We've got 3 more days here. I don't know if we'll get the pond. We should get it all dug out and then do some fine tuning. We've got to bring the other excavator over here too tomorrow along the fence line and clean up. We've got to get all that cleaned up, and then eventually we're going to soil condition and roll this hill so it's usable. They're going to plant some different stuff on it, so it'll look different here at the end of the day. I'll come back with a little bit of an update. All right. All right, so end of day one. Doesn't look a whole lot different. I mean, we've got the hole started. We dug down. We've got a little more work to do, obviously, to get it down there, smooth out the sides. We'll dig out the dam tomorrow, break it loose, and then we're gonna dig out more of that pond as well. But we've got a lot of dirt moved so far. Big bank up here. The E145, I don't know. I don't know if I'm impressed or not. Seems to be somewhat underpowered for a small, large excavator, so we'll see. But got more work to do tomorrow. Like I said, we've just been kind of grading out. Sean was on the dozer today, so I was digging out the hole and he was just pushing dirt. So back tomorrow, we've got a small 10 by 20 pad for a greenhouse to put in, and then a carport 26 by 26 tomorrow. And then we should wrap this thing up in a couple days. I've got work behind the barn back there on Friday, but we should be able to get this all wrapped up this week. So this is the end of day one. We'll be back on day two tomorrow. All right, well, welcome back this morning. This is day two. We already got cranking a little bit. We did some time lapse, but I figured there wasn't much from the end of the day yesterday. So this morning we were kind of working on clearing out the fence line. Previous build, the folks that did the pond, they kind of piled up against the fence line. You couldn't get any access to it. The customer wanted us to get some access. So I'm getting ready to push off this spoiled stuff back over to the other side with the dozer. And then got the laser out. We're working on a decorative edge here for the customer. We've got kind of the bowl shape. I was kind of working on the sides a little bit, and then Sean's getting ready to, where the white line is at, we're gonna pull back a section. They want basically kind of like a rock ledge. So we're gonna take it down about a foot below the water line. So the orange line over there represents the water line, or at least the bottom of the drain in ideal conditions. In Ohio right now, we don't have we haven't had rain in forever, so you know, ponds down. Most ponds are down probably a couple feet at this point. So same with this one. So, yeah, we're gonna get after it. We'll put you on time lapse again and kind of see what we got going on. I'm getting ready to break the dam here shortly. I've got to get that all. I wanted to kind of get this cleaned up a little bit, kind of a shape to it, and then we're gonna break that out here shortly. So that'd be kind of cool. Get a bunch of that dirt out of here. We'll put that up here on the bank and build this up a little bit. So all in all, it's coming along. Day two, I think it's about maybe 10 o'clock or so on day two. So we did a few hours of work so far, but we'll come back at the end of the day and see what we got done. right, so we are at the end of day two, and we got a good start on the shape of the pond, the section we did. So in the time lapses, you probably saw us taking the dam down, but now we've got the section we were working on is kind of like a 1 foot rock ledge, and then this section here will be the number 2s, kind of on the edge of the pond like it is over there. All the wet stuff got knocked out over here, and I'm gonna try to knock it down so it dries tomorrow. You saw that in the last time zaps. This stuff is really, really nasty, so we're hoping some of it dries out. We can at least maybe roll it in tomorrow. But cleaned up the pond edge, got it all kind of bowled out. Got water obviously in our end now, so, and we've started to take some shape on this side, so kind of the contour that it's gonna look like. We got a lot of work tomorrow. Not say a lot of work, but we got work to do tomorrow. Soil condition and roll, kind of get this all finished up. We got some boulders we're gonna bring in for the customer that are in the back part of the property and stage them around. And then we got a small little pad built. It's the 10 by 20. This is the greenhouse pads. We got that all done today. Sean knocked that out. And then the other thing we kind of worked on was they're going to do they wanted a carport area or some gravel area for a carport, so we got that all done. Kind of in between different things today. So tomorrow will be cleaning up kind of the pond area, and then from the first video, there's some work in the back behind that bank barn. I'll start with the dozer on that. I've been running the E145, so I'm warming up to it. At first it was, there's some power settings that are in there. There's like standard, I think power plus. And I got about 8 hours on it so far, and it does pretty good. The power plus was strong, but it was jerky. Made the machine kind of, I don't know, all the actions were kind of jerky. Then it's almost like they would, you dig in, you get the power, and then all of a sudden, as soon as it didn't need the power, it was like wham and start flying around. So I kind of ran in standard today mostly and just kind of worked around. It's a nice machine. It's obviously, it's a Doosan machine, so it's not really a true Bobcat machine, but big spacious cab for sure. I like that. I mean, you can see pretty good. It's got cameras all around. Visibility's pretty good for this size machine. I mean, I guess the only gripe so far is it seems like that jerkiness in that power plus. When I ran in standard today, seemed like it was fine. It was running normal. So I don't know if it's something where, you know, hydraulic systems or hydraulic pumps like flare up, and then once it doesn't need the power, they kind of throttle down, or I don't know, or whatever it is. But I mean, it's pretty strong, that's for sure. Just I don't know, I'm not completely sold on it yet, but I do like it. Thanks to Bobcat, my local Bobcat, they're letting me demo it for 8 hours or basically a day. I got it till tomorrow, but we were able to kind of dig out this pond with it. Worked pretty good. And I already have an E60, so, and then my T66 over there. So I like Bobcat stuff. Just they're big machines. Large excavators are kind of unproven so far. So, I mean, they're Doosan machines. So I guess if you've run those, you probably run the same thing. But I don't know. All in all, pretty good day. I can't wait till this thing fills up. We'll go from there. So back on day 3. right, welcome back. This is day 3. I didn't do anything earlier this morning because it was mostly just time lapse stuff. I figured I'd just wait till the end of the day, but we got everything kind of rolled in today. It was real wet yesterday, so we got it kind of wrapped up for the most part. As you can see, kind of got the back bank going pretty good. We rolled in. They wanted this area cleaned by the fence. That's all done. A little bit of a trail back in the back. We got to finish tomorrow, but so far so good. We'll go back around to this side. But the goal of today was to get the pond completed, at least for this phase. We talked to the customer. We're coming back for a phase 2 to finish kind of what we did on our phase. There was another company that did this beginning thing. So we've been hashing out, taking out the island, and also building up the ledge like we did over on our side. We're gonna do that here in a few weeks, but so this will be a phased project. But we knocked out the stones down on the ledge today. We got that all done. We got everything rolled in. I got the stones placed here at the entryway. So hopefully it turns out on camera like it looks, but it looks pretty cool. We planted 3 trees. They were actually transplants from before. We just finished that. Sean and I got that knocked out. We rolled on the bank, kind of contoured, so I can't wait to see the top portion, or I guess the aerial now. So tomorrow, the plan is to do more work on the bank barn back in the back, but so far for the day, this is pretty cool. It turned out pretty neat, especially with the stones that we got down in the pond. So this is another vantage point. Like I said, we kind of did our rock ledge. We put fabric underneath, and then they had tubes they wanted to use. And we're gonna continue that actually all the way around the pond in a few weeks for phase 2. There's our little sunken, I don't know what you call ledge or whatever. So pretty cool. And then a few trees we just planted for them. So all in all, pretty good. I'll be back tomorrow for day 4. Just me tomorrow, but doing mostly dozer work. So hope you enjoy.